And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with our odds maker Keith Fustel on a beautiful Friday. A lot better than yesterday. Yesterday a little cold and blustery. A little bit nicer today. Still a little breeze, but a little bit nicer today. Tomorrow's supposed to be perfect for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day. Tomorrow the weather looks perfect. Real quick, we'll show you a picture of the tracks and the conditions. We'll get to all that.
Right.
I'll just tell you, though, real quick, races 1, 3, and 4 are off the turf today. Races 6, 7, and 9 stay on the turf. Turf rated good, main track fast. So we'll get to all that. We'll do a real talk about Thursday real quick. I'm doing my radio show and doing my radio show, and they run the last race, and I see a big long shot winner wins the last race yesterday while I was live on air. So that gives us a nice carryover in the pick six. But who was that long shot winner in the last yesterday?
Shottroff's horse coming in from Charlestown. The name has escaped me, but broke last, circled the field, 5-6 wide, and opened up a clear lead at the just past the 16th pole, and here comes the other horse. The Delaware Shipper flew on the outside to just miss. I thought we had a heater there, but no, just the narrowest of margins for the 5.
All right, so nice big long shot winner in the last race yesterday. Our feature that gives us a nice carryover in the pick six today. But Stronach 5 day, let's tell you what's going on for the Stronach 5. $100,000 guarantee, industry low, 12% takeout. Let's show you the lineup of races. Starts right here at Laurel Park, race 7 at about 4:19 Eastern time. Then leg B, Santa Anita Park, race 2. Leg C is Gulfstream Park West, race 8. Leg D, Golden Gate Fields, race 3. Then we wrap it up, leg E right here, Laurel Park, race 9. I like an 8-1 shot on top in the final leg. Let's show you my ticket real quick. An $80 Stronach 5 ticket today. I gave out a winning ticket last Friday. Paid pretty well. Paid over $3,000 last Friday. Last time I gave out a winning Stronach 5 ticket, I came right back the next Friday and gave out another winning one. So I'm going to have to play this one today.
Okay.
There's my ticket, $80 ticket. I have an 8-1 shot on top in Laurel Park's race 9, the Jackie Savoy horse, Summer Kiss. My single is at Golden Gate Fields, race 3. That's leg D. You have to go wide. The Gulfstream Park West, race 8, that race is wide open. You need some good coverage in there. So you can study that ticket some more online, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, we'll delve into it some more once we get to race 7. Let's show you the pick 6 carryover today. Pick 6, the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 will start race 5 today on the Big Ten race program. There's the carryover, $7,751. I have a ticket today for the pick 6. We know it's Jim McKay Maryland Million week. The Maryland Million Gala is tonight. I'm going to be home studying. The big day tomorrow. 12 races showcasing Maryland sired thoroughbreds. Special first race post time is 12 o'clock. On-track events, a kids corral, Maryland Million hat contest. The gates open at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Our early handicapping show today at the races presented by Fidelity First. That will start at 10:45 tomorrow morning. You, me, and Acacia Courtney will be on that show, trying to give you some winners for the Jim McKay Maryland Million Day. If you buy a program, the first 4,000 people that buy a program, you get a snazzy-looking Maryland Million hat there.
I like that. I like the color. Bright, catches your attention.
Have to try to get some down here on set.
And pumping the product. That's what we like to do. Absolutely. Remember the days you used to be able to, though? Yeah, you're talking about the gala. Can't make the gala. You got to stay home and study. We'd run until 3 or 4 in the morning. Then, hours, little rest, and get ready for Preakness or the big days like that. No longer, huh? We can't pull it off. The bodies just won't let us do it.
I'm gonna be well rested tomorrow. I'm gonna try to make some money. I like smoking Cara Baby. Number 1 in the first race tomorrow with my main man Chucky C. Lopez. So hopefully I can get the Jim McKay Maryland Million Day started off with a bang tomorrow in race 1. So that's tomorrow. More information. There's a whole bunch of press releases online. laurelpark.com. 3 or 4 went out yesterday about all the horses running Maryland Million Day. Saratoga Bob back to defend his title in the Classic. You have a great big monster field in the turf. That's a 14 horse field with a few on the AEs.
Oh yeah, they did a phenomenal job. I mean, the entries, they were strong all the way through. It was a tough card, like we talked about yesterday. Had to turn that line around pretty quick, so bear with us for a little bit of those. I think we're in range, but some tricky races along. Good betting card tomorrow. Yeah, no doubt about it. I agree with you in the open that Smoking Caracuna. I think that horse is going to hold the value. Favorites drew to the outside. That horse sits a trip.
All right, well, that's all tomorrow. Let's show you a picture of both tracks today. The little breeze is helping drying things out. We like that. We're going to be on the turf today for races 6, 7, and 9. Turf rated good. We're off the turf today for races 1, 3, and 4. We're using the all-along turf course, rail, no rail all along. Then we use the Dahlia with the rail at 52 feet. We're in the 50s, a little brisk, but put on a sweater and a little vest and come on out here fast and good. Let's get right to it here for race 1. Race 1 kicks off the rolling super high 5. That's a low 15% takeout. We have a little carryover in the opener for that rolling super high 5. That's a little over $1,100, $1,150, low 15% takeouts. That starts in race 1. We also kick off the popular early pick 5 in race 1. It's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5, industry low, 12% takeout on all the pick 5s at this track. Let's check out my early pick 5 ticket, a $32 ticket. You can study this ticket as well, and my pick 6, and Stronach 5 online, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, there's my ticket. I'm 4 deep in races 1 or 2. Race 1 is off the turf. That's wide open. Not much form to go by. Race 2 is a maiden 10. You have to go deep in there. So I'm 4 deep in the first couple. My single is going to come race 3 off the turf, 5.5 on the main track. Looks like Dale Capuano was hoping it would come off the turf for Mice and Men. He gets his wish. I think the 7 Mice and Men going to be a tough favored in race 3. Then I use the 211 in race 4, 2-4 there in the 5th. Let's take a look here. Race 1 off the turf, 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 16,003 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. I go with the 10 on top here. On the far outside, the 10, You Can Never Tell from the Dorothy Wharton barn. Kevin Gomez will ride. Let's check out our picks here for the opener. I just think this horse has good speed. It has good 4.5 speed at Charlestown. It's been running on the turf, but I found it finds a nice spot today. You like the 10 as well.
Yeah, it shows a 65 buyer on the go back on a fast main track. And, was against a pretty quick horse. Spicy Meatball took the initiative last time, went on it on the turf, went right to the front, and was able to control it for Kieran McGee and company. But You Can Never Tell. He's pretty quick. The other speed, the main speed, it looks like to be the one, Brachmaninoff, is down to the inside, and you really don't have a whole lot of dirt for him to go off of. Its only race was back in debut, right, at 2 back in 17. And that winner there is still, he's pedaling through the 2 in lights at Finger Lakes right now. So don't really know what to make of the one. Obviously, he's going to be bet down. George Weaver's horses are always well bet, I should say, when they come to Laurel.
Well, they're always big droppers.
Yeah, big droppers. But the 10's pretty quick. I think you're going to see Gomez just try to go right to the front and steal it. But the 8 intrigues me at a price. Amy Hall for Country Roads and Carol Cedeno is your rider today. Isabel's a Magic. 2 back try, 25,000 off slow against a pretty good field, but last time came back a little bit. Improved number, the debut number you go back to works for me. Delaware's a tough track to close a lot of ground. I think a little bit more fair flow is in order here, maybe a fairer track to close some ground. How about a price blow up here in the first with the 8 Isabella's Magic?
Hit the all button here.
Yeah, this race, there's a horse called Got a Headache, right? Running today for Hammy. This race, that first race, gave me a headache because I want to beat these shorter price horses. Let's hope we can get it done with a price.
All right, wide open there off the turf. Race 1, race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. Maiden claiming 10,000 for 2-year-olds. This race wide open conditions, 6 furlongs on the main track. First time Lasix on the 3-14 carat for trainer Jamie Ness. So first time Lasix, the big drop. First time McCarthy. That should do it here for the 3-14 carat.
Yeah, possible. I mean, the weird thing is the first Lasix, you would think that's a good move. He's only 4% off of a pretty decent sample. I think is going to be part of the flow. Needs to break a little bit better. We'll go ahead and force the issue with Trevor. I go to the outside with the 9 Pataz. A little drop down here for Hammy Smith, taking no prisoners. The Timonium try was okay. The blinkers go on with a horse that's been chasing a little bit. I think you might see this horse rate off the pace today with Victor Carrasco. Try to make a circling move into it to get it done. I like Hammy on these kind of drops here. Aggressive move to the 10.
All right, so I have the 9 in my exactly the 10 here. I didn't I didn't use the 10. You have Thirst for Quality in your exacta here. Jorge Riaz rides a good effort last out, good second at this level, so right back in here. I kind of overlooked him a little bit, but he deserves a shot in here.
Another one that's had some eventful trips. You really break it down. Clipped heels, squeeze start, awkward break. 4 wide around the turn behind Yuspek. Yuspek came out of that race to run pretty good. Improved number of a 46 for open 16,000. That works for me. Should get a clear trip from the outside as well, and I think this horse can go ahead and get to 6 furlongs.
Looks like George Weaver, he's trying to sell a couple down here in the early daily double. Brady's Palace, a big dropper. They tried maiden 75,000 in debut at Saratoga. No good up there at 6-1. Did get bet down at 6-1 is good. Geldings by Palace Malice. They paid 125,000 for him as a yearling at Keeneland. Now a big drop to the maiden 10. Angel Cruz, first time gelding, so he should wake up and get a piece of it. I think I use him. The 8 here. Guns down. First time in the Brittany Russell barn. Sheldon Russell. They could have a big weekend. They have that nice filly Hello Beautiful in the Maryland Million Lassie tomorrow.
Yeah, a couple horses out of the Little Harbor race. Guns down, and who was the other one out of there? The rail horse, Maryland Bad Boy. Maryland Bad Boy could be okay. Rushed up. I think this horse might take back a little further in improved sort here for Tim Salzman. What do you do with a horse like the 6? You spend $125,000 on the horse the second start. It's in for 10. I couldn't sleep at night if I did something like that.
I just maybe they want to sell him. They want to get rid of him now. Maybe give him a little time. Wait till he's 3. He's out of an AP Indy mare. So
I've got some college tuitions to pay for. Anybody want to loan us a little bit if they can get away with that? Huh?
Probably worth the $10,000. You have a bunch of conditions for him. He can grow up and be a nice horse. So all right, wide open there.
That's horse racing.
Wide open there in race 2. Let's turn the page. Race 3. We're off the turf, 5.5 furlongs, 25,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Dale Capuano's won almost 3,500 races. He's very sharp. He probably studies not just the Laurel Park. He probably studies every condition book on the East Coast for about 3-4 hours every night. He just doesn't miss a beat. He obviously thought this race might come off the turf. It does. So if Mice and Men looks like it's going to be a tough favorite here. A real good second at this level. Timonium, second last out here at Laurel Park. Weston Hamilton won on this horse here at Laurel Park to break his maiden back in August. Weston and Dale, solid 27% and a positive ROI. This horse should get a real nice stalking trip on the outside today.
Yeah, my question, I wrote it down here. Why back to the turf? Well, now we're off the turf. Now, I had a little bit of, I probably thought, hey, this race has got a good chance to come off. We're going to go put him in there. But he had improved as well, and it looked like he could be, he looks like a one-run sprinter. So trying him short on the turf, I could see possibly him doing that. Improved of recent. No, Brooks Robinson ran an 85, ran off the screen that day. Sure. 85 is not going. You're not going to need that to win this race. Mice and Men will have to chase though. Ready to run. It's pretty quick from the gate here for Kieran McGee-Centeno on the edge, but the 6 Catholic could keep him honest up there as well.
All right, see if we can get Mice and Men home. My key horse on the early pick 5. You like the middle pick 4. Starts in race 4. Nice first level allowance condition. Filly mares 3 and up off the turf. 5.5 furlongs on the main track. Let's check out your middle pick 4 ticket here. See how you play it.
This could be a blow up kind of a ticket. It's challenging all these races today. Nothing really easy, Stan, along the whole list of 10 races, but. This middle pick 4 could be boxcars. I'm going to try to knock it out with the 2 and the 3 to get you started in race 4. A little bit of a pace scenario has now changed because Stetson Gold is out. Scratch the 4, 5, and 8 in race 4. This 10 could be tough to catch, but we're going to go 2 deep. 2 and a 3. 5th race we spread 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you can afford the all button, go ahead and do it. I think that's a pretty wide open optional 2 other than going a mile on a 16th, race 6. We narrow it down with the 4 and the 10. Martin off the layoff, a little change of surface and a first-time gelding for Trombetta. Price user in there. And in race 7, the 2 and the 11 Flow Motion. So $24. If you can add a little bit, go ahead. There's value in this middle pick 4.
All right, let's take a look here at race 4. Nice allowance race. Filly mares 5.5 furlongs on the main track. The 2 Too Hot Betty for trainer Dale Capuano. We'll get to that one. Let's start though with the 3. We have a video spotlight. You have the 3 in your exacta. So let's go the 3. We'll show the video spotlight here on Got a Headache on the turf last out. Main track today, but he runs a lifetime best 80 buyer speed figure on September 29th.
Yeah, he got some flow to run at that afternoon and made a strong run. And I tell you, Got a Headache. A couple trials on the dirt aren't much. He looks to me like a different horse right now Fourth time in the barn, vastly improved. Breeding suggests he still should be able to handle it. They keep him in this spot. Boy, I wish the 4 Stetson Gold stayed in here that could go with the other speed types. But Got a Headache is improving. I like her to make a run into it today.
I didn't use her, but we both had the Too Hot Betty on top from the Dale Capuano barn. Trevor McCarthy to ride his 5-year-old mare. A sharp win on the main track back in June. We have a stat here for trainer Dale Capuano that you found. Here's your stat.
Yeah, pretty good one as well. Trainer Dale Capuano, the last 5 years, smaller sample, but hey, 5 for 11, 45%, and 8 for 11 in the money. Second off the claim and off of a win. That's what Too Hot Betty's doing today. The ROI is a positive one. Boy, we liked her last time transitioning to the turf. I think she might be a little bit better, on the turf. But this race on the dirt works for her. She's going to be able to save ground and steadily progress into it with Trevor McCarthy right back with Too Hot Betty.
Yeah, strong stat. He likes to win races, bunches of races in a row. She came 6 wide last out to get up in time. That was on the turf, but she's in good form. She had a little. She had July and August and September off, so she's fresh and ready to roll. Too Hot Betty we both have on top here. I used the 11. Eves is in good form for this new barn here. Ricardo D'Angelo's having a good year, and he's turned this filly around by Hunter's Bay. He's won a couple races with her on the turf, but a good third, low buyer speed figure, but a decent result. 2 back sprinting on the main track against Maryland Bred Allowance Company.
Certainly. Let's take a look. It looks like maybe the speed of the speed, stay on the 10, had the notion. We'll be well down off of the 15-1 now since we are off the turf. Look at this last race. Where did that come from? 40-1, gets the lead, gets collared and digs in just to give way a little bit late to Shimmering Aspen.
Sure.
Okay.
Big after that.
Back in here in the A other than. That's a severe class drop for that one. Just going to set sail from the outside and will be nowhere close to the 15-1 line. Probably, what are you thinking about, 3-1, 7-2 when it's all said and done, I would think.
Hatter Nation,
yeah. Off that big number, I would think. And with the other speed scratching as well.
All right. Let's see if we can get Too Hot Betty and McCarthy and Dale Cap home here in race 4 to kick off the middle pick 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. We have to save a bunch of time. That Stronach 5 starts in race 7. Nice carryover also in the Rainbow pick 6. That's over 7,700. Starts in race 5. We'll check it out right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 19th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races, a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. Enjoy a full day of racing, including on-track entertainment between races. Don't miss the hat contest, 3 categories and wonderful prizes. It'll be fun for all at Laurel Park, Saturday, October 19th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
All right, welcome back. Big long shot winner in the last race yesterday, so we have a nice carryover in today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Starts race 5 on the 10-race program. There it is, $7,751. It'll be well played today. It'll be over $10,000 sitting there in the Pick 6 hopper if you can take it down. I have a ticket today. I'm going to take a shot at the Rainbow Pick 6. I couldn't find a single on this ticket. So there it is, $51.20 play. I used a 2-4 here. Race 5, our feature of the day, the 2 Cubans Brothers U is going to be tough for Rigateri, but I like the 4 DeGrom as well, so maybe I can pull off the mild upset here in race 5. Race 6 is a maiden 25 long on the turf. I used a 3 and a 4, 2 favorites there. Race 7, nice allowance race going long on the turf. First leg of the Stronach 5, I go 4 deep there. I like the 1 Tom Hagen on top at 5-1, but the 2, 7, and 11 are going to be tough. The 11 Flow Motion, your favorite there for Sabelli and McCarthy. Then race 8, I go with the 3-9 there. Race 8, as I cycle through all my Stronach 5 races. Yeah, the two favorites there, 3-9 in race 8. Race 9, that's the final leg of the Stronach 5. It's a wide open maiden 25. No, I'm sorry, maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies going a mile on the turf. I go 4 deep with the 4, 7, 8, 10. I have the 8 Summer Kiss on top in there at 8-1. Then the finale, I have the 2 Dixie Do-Good at 5-1 on top, but the 9 should be tough in there as well. Come on, Callie, Ness, and McCarthy. So there's my Pick 6 ticket. You can study it some more online, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. Let's take a look here Race 5, originally carded on the main track, going a mile and a 16th. Nice upper level allowance feature of the day for 3-year-olds and upward, optional claiming 35,000. We both pick against the two Cubans, Brothers You. What a nice 9-year-old this is for Rigateri. He's made almost $500,000. He's a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. So let's talk about the 2 first. He's going to be one of the favorites. Daniel Centeno is going to get a nice ground-saving trip here for Rigateri on this 9-year-old. Now, he ran a clunker last down up at Delaware, but he's proven that he can bounce right back from a clunker. He did it last winter down at Tampa. He ran a clunker last December and then came right back and ran almost a lifetime best. So he can bounce back from a poor outing.
And Cintron fought him a little bit around the racetrack that day. He was down inside. A horse kind of drifted over a little bit into the first turn. He steadied, he checked, he tried to get out a little bit and still had trouble all the way into the backstretch. Really fought this horse. Usually with a 9-year-old, they're going to settle as many races as this guy has run and won. He just didn't want to do it. You talked about it, though. He's a crafty vet, this horse. He's been able to kind of come back and run big races, and he's going to get the inside speed trip. He's going to go out here and try to take him a long way. I'm going to try to pull a little upset here with the 5. How about our man Gary Capuano with Bronx Sandman? A reclaim, lost the horse a few races back for 25 at Delaware. I'm going to throw out the last, protected in that stake race. Sprint back to the route. It's a positive ROI move. This horse has run some big races over this surface at this distance. Can sit mid-pack and make a quick middle move and probably open up a daylight lead and get it done. I like Bronx Sandman here today. Gary Cap and Victor Rosales.
All right, he'll be tough. He's 8 for 10 in the money here at Laurel. You're getting 7 pounds off with the bug, Victor Rosales. I'm getting 5 pounds off with the leading bug, Julio Correa, aboard this 5-year-old. By congrats for Jason Service. DeGrom, a sharp win at Colonial 2 starts ago. First off, the claim, big 81 buyer speed figure down there. That was against first level allowance and a big open allowance last out up at Delaware and was third up there. So I think this horse is in good form. He's been running big numbers for Top Connections. 2-time winner here at Laurel Park, so I have the 4 DeGrom on top.
It looks like he'll be right in range. You know, he shouldn't be too far back. Just kind of keeps on churning, hoping that speed can come back and he can come grab him late. How about the 1 as a price play, though? Hydraulic. Here's a horse that showed a lot of talent back at 3. Yeah, it was favorite in the Pegasus last summer at Monmouth Park. And last time out, the second off the shelf, going from 7 furlongs to the mile. Unfortunately, had to run into Top Line Growth, who ran just lights out that day for Rubley. But I tell you, Hydraulic doesn't run terrible. Was three wide into the far turn, shifted out about 5 wide, and very willing to the wire. If this horse is going to pop a big race, it's going to be now, right? You know there's some kind of issues going on with that long layoff. But I'm going to try him once more with a good draw to the inside.
All right, so there I didn't get to him here. Miguel Vera trains this 4-year-old by Mineshaft. Vargas will get a nice ground-saving trip. He ran against a gorilla there, Top Line Growth. This will be his 3rd race back as a 4-year-old. You'll get a decent price there on Hydraulic. So we both pick against the 2, who's going to be one of the favorites here in race 5 to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. Let's get to race 6. Is going to start the late Pick 5. No carryover today. They hit it yesterday, but as always, that industry low 12% takeout on the late Pick 5 starts in race 6. Let's take a look here at race 6. We're on the turf, race 6. We're going a mile on the all-along turf course, rated good, no rail setting for the all-along. Race 6, a maiden claiming 25,000 3-year-olds and upward. The 4, Hunt Me Down, my top pick. You like the 4 as well. We have a video spotlight. Let's show you the race late September right here at Laurel. Coming off a long layoff, going a mile turf, maiden 25, and a real big second off this long layoff.
Yeah, how about the shore comment there, too? A little shoe repair in the paddock pre-race. You usually don't see horses come back, out of that and perform at their best. But I tell you, Mike does a good job in here, and this horse really runs a big one. 3 wide, 4 wide, stalking the pace, moves up, gains a short lead there, just about mid-stretch. Can't quite hold on with Castrense, but I tell you, Hunt Me Down, right back, positionally drawn perfectly, can just kind of pick her poison. You want to go up towards the front, settle back a little bit in mid-pack. I think Hunt Me Down will come back to that number, close to a 65 second off the shelf.
All right, so I have him on top. I didn't use a 10 at all here. Your top pick here, Martin's a first-time gelding, a big price for Top Connections here. Well-bred son of Lemon Drop Kid. I remember the mare Sticky, a well-bred homebred for Meyerhoff.
Got a couple trainers here. We like to call them in the press box when you least expect it, right? Hammy being one of them, Mike Trombetta the other, and I'm sure they don't mind that, right? They come in and cash a little price. Martin. Okay, looking at the breeding, the mare was 1 for 2 on the grass. The full sifts. Remember Opie?
Sure.
That ran around here. Opie was kind of like final round, wasn't running great on the dirt, then was transitioned to the turf. Really picked himself up and ended up winning, I think, a state bred allowance race on the grass. I'm just looking for a little magic here. Reported first time gelding in kind of a fairly wide open race. A new face. You got Correa Live Rider. How about it? Take a shot on the breeding here.
All right, you'll get a decent price on the 10. How about the 3 on a spree? Another one of the favorites in here. An expensive Speightstown 3-year-old dropping in for the maiden 25. He ran a couple big races up in New York this summer against maiden, a lot better. Maiden 50, maiden 65. Sure. Going long up there, a couple decent numbers up there. Then he really ran a clunker early September at Belmont against Maiden 40. Now it was a good turf course today, same condition as our turf course today. Got beat 23 lengths and not much of a drop here to the Maiden 25. I don't blame you for throwing the horse out altogether. It's another maybe he's got to do better than he did last time.
Just looks like an all or nothing kind of horse for me. You know, he brings back the race for 50 or 65 at Saratoga or Belmont. He wins. The most recent one is sketchy. Okay, 3 wide both turns and just packed it in. But he does go to Centano. So Wayne Potts has had some success with Centano. So I think you got to respect the horse. I just can't get overly enthused about him in here. How about King Leatherberry? Can we get him a win here? Old Lang Syne. Last time out, caught wide. You see that trouble into the first turn, was carried out. But you go back to the race at Colonial or the Laurel, 3-back race behind Kamehameha, whatever that horse's name is, that just goes out there and sets the pace all the way. This horse closed up late. I think you're going to see the tactics like you saw at Colonial. Try to lay in there, maybe cover it up a little bit, and make a run home to get it done. And should be a good price.
All right, good to see the Hall of Famer get a big effort out of his 3-year-old there by Langford. All right, let's turn the page. Stronach 5 starts race 7, the popular national wager with that guaranteed $100,000 pool, industry low, 12% takeout on the Stronach 5. I gave out a winning Stronach 5 ticket last Friday. Let's see if we can do it back-to-back weeks. There's the guarantee, $100,000. They'll bet more than that. Let's check out the lineup of races. Starts right here, Laurel Park. 2 legs of it right here at Laurel Park. Starts Laurel, race 7, 4:19 Eastern Time. Leg B, Santa Anita, race 2. Leg C, Gulfstream West, race 8. Leg D, Golden Gate, race 3. Then leg E, Laurel Park, race 9. I have a ticket. Everybody should take a shot here at the Stronach 5. Let's check out my ticket real quick. In the first leg, I like the 1 Tom Hagen on top at 5-1 with Vargas aboard for Timmy Keefe. But the 11 Flow Motion is going to be a tough favorite for Sibeli and McCarthy, so I go 2 deep in the first leg. Second leg is at Santa Anita, race 2. I use the 2 favorites, the 1 Gorky Park and the 3 Color War. Leg C, that's a tough leg. Leg C, that's a wide open condition. That's race 8 at Gulfstream Park West. A maiden 12-5 for Philly and Mares, going 7.5 on the turf. I go 5 deep there with the 1, 2, 4, 5, and the 10. My single comes Golden Gate Fields, race 3. That's a maiden 2-year-olds, 25,000, going 6 furlongs. I single there on the 10 Cajun Better, going turf back to synthetic, 5-2 there on the 10 Cajun Better. Then I'm 4 deep in the final leg. That's race 9 here at Laurel, maiden special weight 2-year-old fillies, 1 mile turf on the all along. I go 4 deep there, 4, 7, 8, 10. My top pick, the 8 Summer Kiss at 8-1. We'll talk more about that when we get to race 9. But let's take a look here at the first leg of the Stronach 5. Race 7, nice first level allowance, 3 and up. 1 mile on the Dahlia Turf Course rail at 52 feet. My top pick, the 1 Tom Hagen, 5-1 here for Timmy Keefe. A big win on the turf against Maryland Bred Allowance Company back in early September, going a mile. Sat just off the pace early on and got to the front midway in the middle of that race at 13-1. Then comes back and backs it up late September at this open other than level, real good third that day with a 76 buyer. So I think Vargas sits a real nice trip. He'll stalk the first flight of runners here and be right there with Tom Hagen turning for home. So I have him on top. You have him in your top 3 as well.
I do. I think he's going to set a good trip, and I think he has every right to regress a little bit last time. He had just an absolute battle through the stretch. That 2-back try, September the 7th, was able to prevail by a neck. A respectable try. He'll bounce back today. And like I say, Victory Chimes is pretty quick, the 5. Wouldn't you think he's the one that's going to go ahead and just try to send and steal it? Tom Hagen and He's One Wild Dude, similar running styles. I'm going to take the shot and come back with the 2. Forgive him for that 1.5-mile race. I think as he's gotten older, he doesn't mind a target. I know 2-back at Colonial, he was up on the lead. I like him sitting just off of a couple lengths and make that move into it, leaving the far turn. Those 2 might emerge, leaving about the 3/8 pole stand, the 1 and the 2 in their own little match race, and then we're going to have to see, is anybody going to come run them down?
I wanted to use both the 2 and the 7 on my Stronach 5, just couldn't afford it. Yeah, the 2, he'll get a good trip with Russell, who's riding very well right now. This 6-year-old, a 6-time winner on the Laurel turf. I respect him. He scares me at 8-1. How about the 7? The 7, Hard Red Candy, a real big third at Delaware 2 starts ago, and then kind of bounced last out, but he could bounce back to a bigger effort today. Ricardo Chappie aboard for David Nunn.
Comes from a little bit further back, but once again, if the 1 and the 2 are a little bit too keen to go with the 5 early, that could really set it up for a deeper closer like the 7 Hard Red Candy or even the 11 Flow Motion. Mind the Gap, I didn't know what to make with Mind the Gap. You've got the Delacour horse, the blinkers went on. I just don't know what he beat, okay? The number needs to come up a little bit for me, but man, there's a trainer, he's tough to leave out. I'm going to wait one more and see if he can make another step up.
Yeah, you get Centeno, they're awfully good together. They're 27% together. I didn't use the 9. The 9's got a shot here first off the claim for Farrier. He ran a big effort last out. He has some early speed. He'll get a real nice trip with Centron. He'll get a perfect stalking trip on the outside. The 9 scares me as well here. Rohrabacher at a decent price.
A couple different moves in the last race, and some kind of a magician is a horse that's kind of, I think, might have gotten through the A other than, if I go back. I got to remember, but that's a quality horse right there for Trombetta. So, yeah, this horse certainly works first off the claim.
But you have to think maybe the 9 and the 11 might get caught a little 3-4 wide on this first clubhouse turn. Now, you said there's a late scratch on the 8, My Brother's Ledge, in this race?
Yeah, I have the 8 scratched in here. Yeah.
Okay, all right, because Pimentel's on that horse for Trombetta. You guys have a late scratch?
He's going to run tomorrow, I believe.
My Brother's Ledge, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the 8 is a late scratch here in race 7. You guys have that as well, right, Eric? The 8, My Brother's Ledge, scratched at a race 7, because I didn't have it earlier, but it might have been a late scratch. Well, you saw it, so
I'd seen it on the site.
Okay,
so
he's out. All right, so I have Tom Hagen on top. The 2, He's One Wild Dude. He scares me. Let's turn the page here. Let's get to race 8 here at Laurel Park. Race 8 is a nickel 2 life for Philly Mares, going 1 16th on the main track. And we have a video spotlight on the 3 here. And we're skipping the video? Okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
Skipping the video there on Lulu's on the move. I have the 9 on top here, Life in Flash for Claudio Gonzalez, the 7-pound apprentice Victor Rosales rides. A big win here at Laurel back in July, and then they tried the turf, no good, and they went to Penn National, no good, trying to get back to what works right here at Laurel Park, where this filly lives.
Well, he had a horse yesterday, right, that ran at Delaware just didn't run at all. Well, battled a little bit and stopped, changed some tactics. The horse came back yesterday to run big. Life and Flash, the same thing. The 3-back try, the maiden breaking try was good. Overcame some trouble and circled to get up. I had that horse that day. Shimmer Shenanigan is back. I'm going to go with the 2, though. I think she might be doing a little bit better right now. The maiden breaking score, Colonial works for me. Yeah, she doesn't like to break sometimes. I think if she's in range, she's holding form. I think she might be just a little bit better than these. Lulu's on the move. The question is why the drop. She ran awfully hard, visually ran strong behind Ravenel last time out. Was 7 clear of the favorite, Ortonola, right? I think Ortonola was the big dropper in there. But here's a little stat for Hammy. Past 3 years on the dirt, when he drops them 50% or more, he's only 1 for 10. Yeah, 6 for 10 in the money, so I guess you can't completely dismiss. I was a little dumbfounded by that stat there.
All right, so we both pick against the 3. We both like some same horses there in race 8. Race 9, nice maiden special weight. The final leg of the Stronach 5, a maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies, going a mile on the all-along 0 rail setting here on the all-along. I have let's start with the 3. The 3 is a first-time starter you have on top from the Kelly Rubley barn by Street Sense. You get Centeno. I don't use this horse anywhere, but Top Connections could put some fear and if you don't have the 3 on your ticket.
You like this? I'm assuming that's how we pronounce it. But as half to Andina Del Sur, who was a pretty good runner, 3 for 17, made over 300,000. Grade 3 stakes winner, and I believe also won its debut. The mare, she was good, a 4-time turf winner, and won her debut. That's good enough for me. And a barn, you just absolutely everything they send out as a runner, it seems. I'll take the shot with You Like This. They know what to do. I mean, a mile first time out, it's tough. They must think she's up to the task.
All right, well, it'll be interesting to see what kind of price we get on her with top connections there on the 3, the 8, Summer Kiss. I use on top here, 2-year-old filly by Summer Front for Jackie Savoy. J.D. Acosta will ride. A big improvement in her second start when they put her on the turf against Maiden Special Weight. She rallied from off the pace that day to finish an encouraging third with a decent 54 by her speed figure. That gave the connections the confidence to try Stakes Company in the Anne Arundel late September, and maybe the filly, like Tim says, just got dragged to a big number there. But she ran a decent 66 by her speed figure. Only got beat 6 lengths there against Stakes Company. Finished about mid-pack. She was 5 wide at the quarter pole. Late rally there you see in the comment line. And now you get J.D. Acosta, a good journeyman rider to ride. Now we're stretching out to 2 turns on the turf. She has a nice foundation underneath her. They run her short 3 times, a couple times on the turf. I think the 8 Summer Kiss is set up for a big race today at a decent price for connections that fly a little bit under the radar.
Yeah, the point that Tim makes is valid, and out of a really fast race. Jay McKay was just lights out that afternoon. But we don't really know. Is she a closing sprinter? Does she want to stretch out? The breeding suggests she should be able to go ahead and stretch out just behind a horse like Bella Aurora, who's okay, Stan, and you're going to get value because look at her last 2 races, 52 to 1, 48 to 1. They've dismissed her at the winners, but she's run credibly. She's an improved type. Jackie does a good job, a really hard worker. I think I'm going to use her underneath in my exactas and tries. I stick with the 3, the 7, Roma Delight. We've got Sheldon Russell up today for Jeremiah O'Dwyer. We really liked this filly last time. We're going to go second Lasix this afternoon. Little rider change, Ashley Castrense. Got this horse to settle, and I tell you, pick this up leaving the 3 ace pole. Princess Katie, who we're going to see today, is the 4 horse today for Wayne Potts, who runs great guns this day, just gets beat late, but a little bit of a hesitation leaving the far turn, was able to kind of manipulate through some traffic and shift to the outside, Roma Delight, and I really thought we might have had him right here through the final 3/16 of a mile. Thanks, guys, for the spotlight. Ranges up as Princess Katie goes clear. It just doesn't quite kick on with that finish we'd like to see. As you said, second Lasix here today. We got Sheldon. Maybe we can carry her home I think you're going to get 4, 5, 6 to 1 on this one.
All right, so I go 4 deep in this race. How about the 10? The 10's going to be one of the favorites here. Our Little Jewel, a homebred for Live Oak Stud and Trombetta. Pimentel rides this filly by Hat Trick. A big second up there at Saratoga, and a maiden special weight going long on the turf September 1st. With a big 70 by her speed figure. Then she just bounced to the moon last out up at Belmont. But she's better than that. And she shows up here at Laurel for the first time today with Pimentel.
Agreed. If Pimentel goes there, you see that. That's interesting. So, it's a tough call when you got that sometimes, right? You ride for Ruby, you ride for Trombetta. I mean, it's tough. So Our Little Jewel off of that race in New York. Yeah, a little disappointing last time, but this might be a little softer bunch.
All right, see if I can get a price home here in the final leg of the Stronach 5. One more race to go. We're out of time here. Race 10, claiming 5,000 Filia mares. Never won 2 life, 5.5 furlongs. I go with a little price on top here. The 2 Dixie Do Good, my top pick. Sheldon Russell rides for Dove Houghton. This filly by Baltimore Bob, she's been running okay. She's kind of an honest trier. A decent third last out here at Laurel Park. She rallied from off the pace that day to finish third at 9 to 1. The second place finisher came back to win, so that was a good effort there on September 20th. Back in about a month. I like that. Perfect timing in between races here for Dove Houghton, owner trainer. She's a good horseman, so I'll go with the 2 Dixie Do Good on top.
Okay, I'll take a little final shot here with Crossing the Valley. A little trouble early last time, then made a move into it. A decent middle move before faltering. It's a jam job down to the nickel. It's now or never, and I think you'll see more speed out of Crossing the Valley today, like you saw on the go back in that maiden breaking score back in June.
All right, so we both have 5 to 1 shots on top here in race 10. That's it. We're out of time. Nice carryover today. That's over 7,700 in the Rainbow Pick 6 starting race 5. The big popular national wager, the Stronach 5 with that guaranteed $100,000 pool. That starts Laurel Park race 7 today. It wraps up Laurel Park race 9 today. So we'll be heavily involved in a big national wager. See if I can do it back-to-back weeks here. The pressure's on, but
I got faith in you.
Good pressure.
All
right, come on, Jackie. Need Jackie Savoy in the final leg.
You guys have done a phenomenal job with those Stronach 5s. I don't know too many guys in the country that have done what you've done.
Well,
yeah, and our boy Nicoletti down there, right?
Nicoletti gave out one.
It.
Tim gave it out a couple weeks ago.
And we're not talking $300 payouts. We're talking thousands of dollars, which is great. Can carry you for a little bit.
The Cotswold Wasp today, first time Lasix, a little sneaky horse. So
Cheek pieces on.
Where's that horse running today? I like that horse, the Richard Valentine horse. I had the horse on top on the turf, and then they took it off. I'm looking, okay, I won't find it. The horse is in today, the Cotswold World for Richard Valentine, first time Lasix. All right, that's it. We're out of time. Dave Rodman's coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.